Hello, everyone. I'm Megan Kieran. I'm an intuitive guide, and I really want to just tap into the energies of April and let you know how I really came to this point to speak about the energies and the frequencies of the world around us and why it's so important. When I went on my spiritual awakening journey in 2020, everything changed for me. Up until that point, I had meditated and I had tapped into the unseen world around us, but I never really got to that deep point of finally going through the door and having everything shown to me in whatever way it unfolded. So when I was exposed to that, when I started seeing signs from the universe, and everything in my life changed as well. So not only was I healing myself from the inside out, where I was able to heal my inner child and really free myself from any chains and programs that were holding me back. I mean, it's hard to really escape everything because everything we're in is essentially a program and within some sort of system, but being outside of it while still playing in it became a different way of living and being. That is when I began to manifest things very, very fast. I was able to manifest a dream home. I was able to manifest my kids, and it all came within divine timing. Before that, things would happen in my life down a path that I had known for a very long time. So when I was little, I knew I would go to college. I knew I would live in New York City after, and I couldn't really see beyond the age of 30. But all of that played out. And I knew I'd meet my husband, buy a home, and have children. So all of that happened before the age of 30. And on April 8th, I am turning 31, which is really an interesting point for me because I couldn't see beyond that. And I know it's because this is my purpose to speak about what's happening here on the planet and to help guide people through their own spiritual awakenings, which will really ultimately lead you to your dream life and the life that you've been manifesting, destined to be for. It's really a balance between free will and destiny. And the reason why spiritual awakenings are so important right now is because we are increasing our awareness and consciousness to that unseen world. And it can be quite frightening. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. But let's take a look at some cards to see what the energies are saying for April. I love to look at oracle cards or tarot cards for guidance because it gives us a clear message. And for me, I can read them in a way that picks up on the energies that need to be seen. So we have divine grace, law of efficiency. I feel like everything is almost aligned, everything is almost in harmony, and we really have to dive deeper into our faith. So I don't want to say it's like a Hail Mary, but I feel like it's like you may have gotten to that point where you're just like, universe, just F it. Like, this is exactly what I want. Please, what do you need me to do? Or, show me the way. And I think a lot of us are actually getting on our knees and praying to God and really connecting with the universe, God, source, spirit, whatever you describe it as, more than ever before. And you're going to see that happening all around you. You're going to see people going to church more. You're going to see people tapping into themselves more. You're going to see people completely changing, their habits changing. This is probably happening to you as well. If you've been on this path for a while, it's going to really, really manifest on the outside. I'm really feeling like the body is changing in a way that you're going to start looking different. Not only are you going to feel different, you're going to start looking different. And there's a lot of little uncomfortable things that may happen during this process, like weird sensations. For example, for me, it's in my hips. I know we store a lot of feelings in the hips, so that's interesting as well. But with the hips, like I'm on my feet all day and I'm not really giving back to myself the way I used to. I'm not doing yoga or going to the gym like I had previously. I'm on my feet all day running after a 1 year old and 2 year old, lifting 20 to 30 pounds in weird ways all day. And I'm not balancing that with my own self care. So my hips are literally like hurting halfway through the day. And this has caused me to slow down and figure out what can I do? Oh my gosh, Am I doing something wrong? And it's like, no, you just have to do some yoga. Like, you just have to give back to yourself. And as I started to do that, the pain, the hips is lessening, and I'm less irritated and agitated and angry. So it is all connected. And I think that's the message for April, is to really tap into our body to see how that is shifting and changing what's within us. And it's kind of like a back and forth that's happening simultaneously. It's very, very cool what is happening to us right now on this planet. And that's why spiritual awakenings are awesome. But it's also very difficult because you feel alone a lot of the times, or like, you have to set boundaries with other people on how much you can share, depending on who you have in your life, because you may be the only person that has awakened to certain energies, and speaking about it is can be weird. Unless you go through these experiences and you know that you can tap into things that you can't see, it's hard to explain to someone else. So you're not alone. I offer private sessions, coaching for you, any support you need. So if you feel that way, if you're into this, feel free to go to theomlight.com or DM me. But honestly, this journey is so important, and this is why I'm just being drawn into this work, and you might be too, or you're at least drawn into healing yourself. So April is initiator energy, action energy, all about really creating that dream life and taking the bull by the horn. Honestly, you look at Aries, you look at Taurus, you look at the symbols for those, it's like a goat and something else with horns, right? Like we're it's a ram. I think we're going forward, we're pushing through. That's the vibe. And right now in Aries, the beginning of April, it's that fire energy, let's freaking go. And then later in the month, it's going to be a little bit more grounded, like practical, but also intense in a good way. So take a deep breath. We're going through a lot on the planet together. And I know you're probably going through a lot internally, but just know you're not alone. And there are so many people that are also connecting and on the same wavelength that you are. And if you found this video, you're totally on my wavelength. So welcome. I'm Megan Kieran. I'm so glad you're here. If you love this, if you like this, if you're interested in more, subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next time. Namaste.